Hello everyone, it's Nan. Hi, hope everyone's doing really well. I'm here with a masterboard that I created, but I've created about 4 of them, so I'll show you several of them. I want to work with one of them today. I want to make a card out of one of them today for my spread. So this is a masterboard. And a masterboard just consists of a bunch of different types of papers and other items that you glue down. You're creating a collage, basically. And I was cleaning my desk the other day, and I was down to the last calendar on my desk calendar, the last page. And bing, idea. I didn't want to throw the paper out. And I thought that's what I can do from now on with my desk calendars is create a masterboard with the paper that's left over. Just turn it around and use it. Waste not, want not is something I've heard growing up. And the scraps that we have are precious to us, so we don't want to get rid of the items that we've invested into. So that's where the masterboard comes in. So on this one, I used tacky glue. That's what I used. I wanted to use several different glue mediums to see what would work best for me, since I've been using glue for a long time, but it's stick glue that I've been using, so I wanted to try different glues. And this one, since it's used with liquid, it tends to have like a hilly texture on it, bumps here and there. It's still usable. I'm not going to get rid of this in no way, shape, or form. I'm still going to be able to create with this, and I can create just about anything I want with it, from clusters to tuck spots to pockets to banners to tabs to just about anything. I will not get rid of this, and I love the way that it came out. So this is vellum, a very old book, maybe from the 40s or the 50s, which is Reader's Digest. Have old dictionary. Pretty much didn't use it, so I'm giving it good use in my journals. I have avocado dyed paper. I took a number stamp and just added a few imprints on here, just for now, because once I make these different, well, it's ephemera actually, the different embellishments and ephemera I want for my junk journal, I can add other stamping onto it, lace, ribbon, other cards on top, all kinds of things. That's the good thing about your masterboard. That's one. The second one I made, I decided to paint. It was big. And so let me show you what I did with it in my personal journal. I created a pocket with it. Added lace, a word, and it came out very nice. I only added there so I added this there so that I can cover up the words. The one issue I ran into with this particular paper is that either I didn't put enough glue down, and what occurred was basically the vellum came off of the paper. And happy accident. I love them. And I know I'll probably mention that throughout my videos, happy accident, because it happens to all of us. We all work with these items, and we discover new things. Things don't go right, and we work around that and find new ways to use just about everything. So the vellum came apart, but I'm still going to be able to use that. So I decided to make this masterboard out of pure paint, but I used the items I had here available for me. A cup. I used the rim of a cup to make the circles. I used a cork, eraser, pencil eraser. Just dabbed the pencil eraser in the paint, and it gave me the little dots. What else? I did use a toothbrush to slide the paints in different directions on the masterboard, and got myself several tags, some pockets, and I can use that. And I'm going to leave this like this because I can still decorate the bottom and leave this on the top. I love it. I'll have to just coordinate what I want with it to make it into I mean, they're nice to work with just as is, but we junk journalers, we always like to add a little extra, so that's what I'll be using these for. And that was the second one. This is my third one. On the third one, I use purely book pages, music paper, avocado dyed, jello dyed paper, and that's pretty, well, this is the only thing that's actually a thicker piece of paper, but I added a piece of that in there because I had that in my scraps also. So this is one which I will be cutting up and making all those beautiful items that we make for our junk journals. That's 3. And this is my 4th one. And these are all made with the paper from the calendar. I saved those pages, but the last page for some reason stood out to me, and that's where I got the idea to use it for the Masterboard. So with the last page, which is the one I will be working on with today, I already cut out a tag, which my purpose today is to make a card for my spread, but the basics are the same. It's just the embellishing it, that not every tag comes out the same unless you're creating several of them that you want with the same design. But I cut a tag out, and this one I plan to make either a side pocket, regular pocket, in my journal. This is the leftover piece, which I still will be using. And for today's session or play, I will be making a card. So I've already go ahead and sewn this ribbon. These are pieces that I have left over because I have, let me show you, I have bags of scraps. I'm organizing my closet little by little and making it as comfortable as possible for myself so that I can find and reach for everything when I need it. So I have several bags of these full of scraps. I do not throw anything away unless, I mean, it's something minuscule that I cannot use. So I've already gone and used my corner punch and cut the corners. There we go, that infamous fall. And go ahead and just lightly touch the corners. I was thinking of doing it before so that it won't make the video too long, but there's something relaxing about each process in making these Masterboards and making them look exactly as you want them to. Okay, so there's that. So what I want to do first is I am going to glue this here. These are the pieces. Okay, let me go through the pieces first before I do any gluing. This is from a Tim Holtz. I'm sure many of you have seen it. 12 by 12 pad, scraps that I had left over. I'm using this sticker, which is more like washi tape. I purchased a pack of these, which is Card Natural Collection. They're beautiful. They have several nature items, not just flowers. They have other stuff too. So I have these in my stash that come from a 12 by 12 pad of Paper Studio. Hope I'm within frame. This card, I made it a very long time ago. I have a container here. Let me show you where I keep all my stamps. Stamps that I make, stamps that I pull off of anything that comes within the mail that I really want to use. Catalogs, stamps and catalogs, just about any of them. So I made this a long time ago and I had this in my stash. This is an actual piece of music paper from a music book. I think it's a children's book. And then I put some stamps on it, added a piece of the Card sticker, used a big number stamp for that one, and then I went ahead and purchased, well, I don't think that's, yes it is. I went ahead and purchased this Sniggle Sloth scent stamp, and that's what I used here. Took the card, glued it on a piece of Paper Studio paper, and just put it away and never used it. In the back I had put a piece of paper because I had intentions to, but I'm going to use it today on this project. So my reason in putting other stuff on top of it, my reason in rhyme with it is I've created a collage with papers that are so beautiful. I want to see what I've collaged. So I'm going to layer everything down so that at least I get a glimpse of each of the papers that I've collaged onto this large piece. So I don't know what the final results are going to look like, but here we go. So first thing, I'm going to glue a piece of this card down. I got a call this morning from my adoptive sister asking me if I was okay. She said, "Oh, are you okay? How much snow did you get?" And I laugh at myself and smile because I'm thinking, wait a minute, I didn't hear about any storm. So, isn't it great when people are concerned about you? I'm just laughing with her because there's a little bit of snow, but I don't think there's a storm came by here. So I'm hoping everyone out there is okay. So, like I said, I don't know what the final results are going to be. We get an idea of where we're going with our items. A lot of times we do create based on what we like. And there are those moments that you create on what you want to make for someone else. But a lot of the stuff, of course, that I make is based on how I feel and what I like. So I want to place the next card down, and I'm not going to bring it to the edge because the ribbon is going to go there, and I want the ribbon to act as a tab for me because this is going to go on the left page of my spread. So I'm going to bring it down closer to the bottoms because my plans are to sew around the card, so it will attach to the bottom card. I want it to work as a tuck spot so that I can put several items inside, whether it's a coffee dyed paper large enough to write all my sentiments on or any other little item that I want to place in there. It becomes a tuck spot. And then once I put the bigger card down on my book, on my page, it will also serve as a hidden tuck spot in the back also. And I'm assuming it's a tuck spot because we only glue on several sides, and it would be a pocket because you're closing it more and maybe just one pocket to slip something in. So I'm going to just adhere a tiny bit of glue on here because that's just to position the card in place, to hold it where I want it. And when I sew the ribbon on here, I do not want to cover this up. I could have brought it in closer, but I was going to cover up the number 2 and some of this stamp, and I did not want to. And you know what? I did make a mistake, but I'm okay with it because I only added a tiny bit. Have you ever had one of those accidents where you glue something down and, uh-oh, that is not where I wanted that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue some of these down. I'm just going to do it halfway the glue because in case I decide at the end that I do want to stick something in the back, I don't have to. But it looks okay that way. I like when things are sometimes not glued completely down. Yep, and those are those little bloopers. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm going to work right through it. Maybe make a pause to sew. But I'm just going to work right through it. Any edits would be to add something or to add something at the end of the video, but apart from that, I'm just going to do this. Okay, let's get this flower on here. They're kind of, when you take the back part off, they tend to roll up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide under, which I should have put it down first, but that's okay. And then maybe bring it down just a tiny bit. And there we go. I don't know, lately I've been into pink. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it's going to sound corny because I got a granddaughter. Because my favorite color is blue, but I'm going to put that there. And now lay this down one more time. on here. I have allergies, so excuse me if I sniffle. Okay, so we got this peeking out. I like that. That admit one. Like it's private, what we have written there. Okay, so I was thinking of maybe adding this down here so that it just shows. I'm like that. I like tearing things and adding them there on my items, just tearing pieces off. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue this to the side here, cut the excess off. That's what I'm going to do. The way that looks. If you have real postcards, even better. Postcards that you've gotten. I have, but I'm just too sentimental with the ones I have and I don't want to tear them up. So that I'm not going to glue it down either completely because I'm going to be sewing. Gives it a nice effect. So this piece, I'm not sure where I want to go with this one. Oh, maybe there? Maybe here? No. What about, I did like the way it looked here, sticking out there. Why not? Yes, I'm going to go with that. So that means I will only be gluing the bottom portion of that. And I'm going to put it right there. Oh, as a matter of fact, here we go again. Like I said, I'm not going to edit this video. If I make a mistake, that's just natural. We all do them. Goes to show we're all human. And what I'm going to do on that side is add some of these Tim Holtz. I'm not sure if this one's Tim Holtz. I know this is one of his die cuts, and this is from one of his 12 by 12 pads, if I'm not mistaken. No. I think this is from a pad that I bought at Joann Fabrics. I'm sure this is his die cut. And this one, I think I got this from someone, but I can't remember. And that's what it's like when you have a stash of items. And then what I want to do is place those there. Oh, that's perfect. I can still add paper back there if I want to, or anything else. So I had pulled out a bunch of stamps, but I don't think I'm going to use them on this particular item. I will be using it on the tag that I make and maybe the card also. So, but for today, this is not the final product, so I'm going to take a second to go sew this, and I will be right back. I decided I wanted to bring you in on sewing the card, so I set my machine on zigzag, and I went ahead and sewed down the ribbon because I had an issue with pivoting it. I started on the wrong edge, but here we go. Pivot. Let me give it one more. And then pivot. Go straight down. Pivot again. So I can grab the bottom part of the pocket. And there we go. And there is my card sewn. And I'm going to see if I just have one or two little details that I want to add to it. See you over at my desk. The final results of my card. The ribbon came out exactly how I want it. When I sew my ribbon, I'm more particular to just shaping the ribbon in different directions, not straight down. I just like that raggedy look. And as far as to the thread that pops out, that stays there also. But I am very satisfied with how my card came out, TuckSpot card, if you want to call it that. But I'm happy with it. Here are the 3 cards that go inside, which I'm going to use to just jot a few things down, and I don't think I'll be using the back because if it's a tuck spot, there's no way that I can lift it off the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to my journal. This is my present journal. It's a very old book. It's from the 50s or 60s. And I do have the corner protectors on it, and eventually I'll have a flip through once it's finished. But this one is going to last me quite some time because I have several inserts in there. 3 altogether. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my beacon glue. I did purchase some of that. And I'm just gonna glue 3 corners. Just add a tiny bit extra to make sure that stays down. And I did add a mark on my music paper so that I know exactly where to place it. And it's going to be right there. Let me look on the other side just in case I have to make an adjustment. No. And it serves as I'm going to say a long tag. Tab. Sorry. Tab. But I love it. Look at that. Gorgeous. I can add more to it in here if I want to, but I think it looks great like that. I could add a piece of paper in the back and then embellish this side if I choose to, as I did on another page in my book where I did paint the flowers and just add pretty much anything I want to on that paper. But I'd like to say thank you for joining me. Have a good one and hope to see you again. Bye-bye.